You see us lifting trophies, but you don't see the secrets we kill to keep buried. Tonight, we dance it all. Everyone sees us on the pitch, smiling, scoring, celebrating. But behind those goals and trophies are secrets we never wanted the world to know. I still remember that night before the big final. I pretended to deceive, to skip practice, but the truth is, I was terrified. I didn't trust myself to take the penalty if it came to me. I let my team think I was tough, but inside I was broken. And him, my best friend, my captain, he once deliberately missed a goal so the coach wouldn't pick him for the next match. He loved the game, but he hated his dad in the stands, screaming at him to be perfect. And the worst one, that fight we covered up. One of us broke another player's ankle in a heated argument during practice, and we lied, saying it was an accident during a tackle drill. That player never played again. We still carry that guilt. We laugh when we win. We cry when we lose. But the darkest moments, the fear, the lies, the shame, they stay with us forever. And today, we confess it all. No more secrets. This is who we really are behind the chants and the chants. If you think you know us, think again. But that was just the start. Because the truth is, our secrets run deeper than the missed goals and fake injuries. I remember when I first fell in love with football. I was 9. I used to sneak out at night just to tackle a ball under the streetlight because my father would lock it away as punishment if I got bad grades. I did take my socks over my shoe because I couldn't afford boots. That boy who played under the streetlight still lives inside me, but somewhere along the way, the love turned into fear. Fear of losing. Fear of disappointing everyone. Fear of being exposed as a fraud who never really belonged on the pitch. That fear made me do things I can't boom. I cheated once. Not in the game, but before it. I bribed my way into an elite academy trial. My uncle paid a scout under the table to make sure my name was on the shortlist. I told myself I'd prove I'd serve it later. But sometimes I wonder, maybe I never did. And it is not just me. You see him, the golden boy, the Lochon hero, everyone loves him. But he hates himself every time he scores. Because every goal reminds him of the deal he made. He once agreed to throw a game in an under-18 tournament. The Lochon bookies made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Guess for his matter is surgery. He still pretends it never happened, but I have seen him stare at the throat cabinet like it is poisoned. And the keeper, he smiles the widest, talks the loudest, but he hasn't slept properly in 3 years. He pops painkillers like candy. His shoulder is wrecked, but he'd rather risk lifelong damage than admit he is not invincible. He once faked his medical report just to play in a cup final. Every time he dives for a save, it is a gamble with his future. Sometimes I think our biggest flaws isn't the thing we did. It is the message we were every day. We pretend we're family, brothers united. But when money, fame, and scores come around, the knives come out. One of us leaves a teammate external to the press to steal his spot. We all at each other when the news broke. We texted him, stay strong, bro, but we knew he never can be escaped to the locker room. Another time, we framed a rival player. We were desperate, 1 win away from promotion. So we found something in his bag, performance enhancers. The federation banned him for 2 years. We won the match. We celebrated like kings that night, but the taste was rotten in our mouths. And the fans, you cheer for us like we retros. You never see the fights in the chow as the threats in the group chat, the bribe slip under the goals, the did some of us or to the wrong people. You don't see the nights we lie awake, replaying our worst moments. That penalty miss. That reckless tackle. That light that ruined someone's career. And yet, when the whistle blows, we run back out there line and off it matters. Maybe that is our real confession. We love this game so much, we will destroy ourselves to keep playing. I want to ask my coach if it is worth it, the sacrifices, the secrets, the guilt. He just looked at me and said, it is football. No one is clean when the final whistle blows. So here we are standing in front of you, telling you the truth no one is for. Maybe you LL hate us now. Maybe you LL see us as traitors to the support you love. Maybe you LL never watch a match the same way again. But maybe, just maybe you LL understand that behind every goal there is a story. Behind every trophy, a cause. Behind every roar of the crowd, a silence we carry alone when the stadium lights go dark. We are not asking for forgiveness. We are not heroes we never were. We are just players who lost our way trying to chase a dream that was never as pure as we thought. And tomorrow, we will wake up, let our world do and do it all again. Because that is the only way we know how to live. Running from our mistakes, hiding behind the roar of the crowd, praying that maybe, just maybe, the next match we wash away the past. So if you see us out there, screaming for the ball, sliding on the wet grass, arms raised to the sky, remember this. Underneath the sweat and the chant, we still just had kids with secrets to carry alone. Admit that is what made football so beautiful, not the perfection you see on TV, but the broken souls who risk everything to feel alive for 90 minutes. That is our deepest confession. And now, it is yours too. Keep our secret or share it with the world. Either way, the game goes on. Absolutely, here is the next season part of our deepest football secrets. Ear post. ลูกฟุตบอลใบหน้าที่กรีดร้องด้วยความตื่นกลัว continuing seamlessly, digging deeper into more hidden confessions, inner battles, and raw truths. This week was the story thought you requested, length and create a gripping cinematic vibe. But secrets don't die just because we speak them. They linger. They cling to a slight sweat on our disease, seeping into the fabric, impossible to wash out. I wish I could say that telling you makes us free. But the truth, it only makes us remember more. Things we bury so deep, we almost believe we left them behind. Do you want to know more? Fine. Let us pull back the curtain all the way. There was the striker, the Golden Boot winner. The crowd chanted his name like he was a god. But no one knew he fought, he stayed. His real birth certificate lies hidden in his mother's attic, proved that when he lifted the youth cup, he was 2 years too old to even play. That one lie opened the door to the life he lives now, endorsements, luxury car, interviews on glossy magazine covers. But every birthday, he sits alone in the dark, candle flickering, wondering who he might have been if he played fair. There was the coach who taught us how to cheat, before we learned how to tackle. He taught us how to waste time when we were winning, how to fair an injury to break the other team is rhythm, how to not every pocket with a quiet gift on the side. He said, football isn't just a game, it is war. And in war, you do whatever it takes to win. We believed him. We still do. There was the defender, my closest friend on the team. He took away loan from some dentist people to pay his sister's college. When he couldn't pay it BSK, he sold our tactics, our game plans, our weaknesses to our biggest rivals. We lost 3 matches we should have won. We blamed ourselves, our coach, the ref, but it was him. He cries after a rematch now. He said the money is gone, but the shame remains. He still puts on the captain, some bend like it was 8,000 kilos. Then there is the secret none of us say out loud, the one we all share. The dream that maybe one day we LL just walk away. Leave it all behind, the screaming fans, the sleepless nights, the broken bones, the lies. Start fresh somewhere no one knows our names. Open a small cafe by the sea. Call kids who still play for fun, not for contracts and bonuses. May the event be happy for real. But every time we think about leaving, something drags us DSK. Maybe it is the money. Maybe it is the of the crowd that feels better than any drug. Maybe it is the only pets we feel like someone. Like our mistakes don't matter if we score just one more goal. I remember one night, after a brutal loss that killed our season, we sat on the locker room floor in silence. No shouting, no blame, just that heavy, suffocating silence. Our boots still muddy, our socks still damp with sweat. One by one, we looked at each other, grown men champions, at those two kids, and we all knew we were just broken boys in borrowed armor. One of the lads, the youngest, finally said what none of us could. What if we read the villains? What if the dreams we saw were lies? No one answered. We just stared at the floor, pretending we didn't TD him. A week later, he quit, disappeared. Last I heard, he is working as a mechanic somewhere, fixing engines instead of matches. Sometimes I envy him. Sometimes I wonder if he is free or if his secrets just change shape. We were not asking for pity. Don't mistake this an apology. It is not. This is us holding up our sass in the floodlights, daring you to look away or look closer. Because maybe you have secrets too. Maybe you tell yourself to sleep better at night, that your heroes are flawless, your game is pure, your fate is deserved. Maybe you need to believe that. Maybe we need you to believe it too, so the stadium stays full, so the sponsor keep paying, so the trophies mean something when we keep them for the cameras. Sometimes I wonder if the real secret is this, that we all in on the lie together. You, us, the pundits, the brands, the federations. Maybe football was never meant to be clean. Maybe it is beautiful because it is dirty. A mirror of everything human and hungry in us. Do you still want more? All right. Here is one last confession. The hardest one. I betrayed my brother. Not my teammate, my real brother. He was better than me. Faster. Smarter on the ball. But I wanted it more. When the scout came to watch us both, I gave my brother bad boots, all once, with WO now starts. He slipped during the tryout. Missed his chance. I didn't he. Now he sells second-hand phones while people wear my name on their shirts. Every time I score, I hear his voice in my head. It should have been me. So, why does our secrets are out now? Do they make us monsters? Or just meant to be to the rose? Maybe both. Tomorrow, we be big on the patch. New boots, new haircuts, fresh kids. The kids will scream for selfies. The cameras will flat. The whistle will blow. And for 90 minutes, we run line off this ever happened. Like our confessions washed away in the rain. Made they do for a while, but they were always waiting for us after the final whistle. In the quiet walk back to the tunnel, in the cold shower that can't describe the guilt of our skin, in the late night drive home, when the city sleeps but our secrets whisper louder than ever. But here's what they never tell you about secrets. They grow roots. They spread like cracks under fresh paint. You think you we bury them under victories, trophies, and cheese, but they find their way to the surface when you least expect it. I once thought if I could just win enough, score enough, the guilt would drown in the noise. But guilt swims better than I do. It floats when everything else sinks. There is this moment every footballer knows, standing in the tunnel before kickoff. You read the stadium rumbling. The lights gun so bright, they blind you for a second when you step out. For those few seconds, you feel invincible. But in that tunnel, in that hiatus before the storm, that is when the secrets come whispering. That is when the doubts remind you exactly who you are beneath the crest on your chest. I remember standing there before the 3-hour biggest match of the season. All week, the city buzzed like a beehive. Headlines, rival chants, the weight of the narrations on our shoulders. But all I could think about was the envelope ID hidden at home. The blackmail letter. A single photograph that could ruin everything, me in the wrong hotel room, on the wrong night with the wrong person. I'd spent my entire bonus paying to keep that photo buried. And still, I wondered if it would find its way to the front page anyway. Imagine stepping out to represent your city, your club, your family, knowing that any second your face could be plastered under a headline that destroys everything. But when the whistle blew, I ran like the true couldn't catch me. I scored twice that day. They called me a hero. I called myself a coward in the mirror later. Another time, we were on an away tour in South America. The Lochon kids waited us outside the hotel, WIDY barefoot, begging for autographs. One boy, couldn't he have been older than 10, threw a scrap of paper at me. You read my hero, he said. I smiled, scribbled my name. When he ran off, I saw the truth. He saw that piece of paper for food. I sat in my 5-star room that night, phone from room service, and wondered what the hell kind of hero I really was. Sometimes the secrets aren't even ours alone. There is the veteran on our team, a legend. He has played in World Cups, lifted trophies, inspired millions. But only a handful of us know about the pills he hides in this top kit, the ones that keep his knees from buckling every time he turns. Can't sprint like he used to, can't tackle like he once did, but the club parades him around because his name sells disease. When the cameras are on, he is the light on. When they re off, he limps to his car, fighting not to cry in front of the young lads who still worship him. Or the rising star, the winger everyone say will be the next big thing. Speed like lightning, feet like magic. But after every match, he sits alone in the shower, headphones blasting, scars on his arms that no one talks about. The physical covers for him. The club looks the other way. They say, he is young, he will grow out of it. But we all know better. Some wounds you don't would grow. You just get better at hiding them under long sleeves. You wander through. The beautiful game isn't always beautiful. It is a place where dreams and nightmares wear the same boots. Where you pray the spotlight lands on your best side, not the bruises, not the bloodstains. People say we overpaid, spoiled, living in a fantasy. They don't see the price. They don't see the families we lose while we re on the road, the birthdays missed, the funerals skipped because we can't disappoint the fans. They don't see the nights we drown our heads in hotel pillows so no one is us up for mistakes we made when we were 19 and too stupid to know better. Some of us gamble away fortunes. Some of us drink until the morning erases the faces we don't want to remember. Some of us cling to fair friend who were it the second we stop scoring. Some of us have kids we never met, scattered across country whose languages we barely speak. And yet we keep playing. We lace up. We take our ankles, stretch our scars, swallow our painkillers like vitamins. We give you 90 minutes of magic so you forget your own secrets for a while. That is our deal, isn't it? You forget yours, we forget ours. There is a murder on our squad. Quite a guy. Plays this hat out every time. Nobody knows that every month half his salary goes to his father's gambling debts. He hadn't told his wife. He hadn't told his agent. But if he stops paying, Batman come knocking. So he keeps running, keeps passing, keeps bleeding on the pit, so his old man does he end up dead in a ditch. We don't talk about these things in the locker room. Instead, we argue about tactics, booze, who is paying for dinner. But in the silence between laughs, we know we all carry something. Once, after an away win, we sat in the total bar. Just me, the keeper, and our striker. We had a few too many. The keeper, usually the loudest guy in the room, got real quiet. Then he said something I'll never forget. I'd never been good at football. If I'd been cheat, maybe I'd have a more life. Maybe I'd be happy. But don't get it twisted. We don't hate football. We love it more than anything. That is the tragedy. That is why we endure the lies, the pain, the guilt. Because when that ball is at your feet, just for a second the world makes sense. You read not your secrets. You read not your regrets. You read just free.